whoever built it.
All right, we are back from the Hot Rod Power Tour this week, and of course you got to get back in the shop and hop back on Generalissimo. And Michael, of course, was busy. Actually, this is week 2 back from Hot Rod Power Tour. I was a lazy bum last week and went down to Florida.
I wasn't going to say anything.
And floated in a pool. While I was gone, Michael got super busy on Generalissimo. It's like whenever I'm not here, there's no distractions, and he just starts working like a madman.
I did get a lot done.
Anyway, for Power Tour, I got inside here and did some more whittling on the dash. We needed to bring it on back a little bit because of the angle of the windshield and everything else. And then this dash cap that came out of the original Charger, we wanted to use it, put it back in here. So Michael spent some time cutting this loose from the rest of the structure.
It's outside. I thought I literally threw it out in the scratch.
As you can imagine.
That's what I was cutting on when I did this to my thumb.
Yikes. Yeah, as you can imagine, there was a lot of surgical cutting there, and then of course Michael decided that he wanted to cut his thumb as well. Right. But anyway, as you can see, this is fitting very nicely in here.
We're going to let this. We're going to actually attach the binnacle here down to this.
Yep.
And then we're going to make an extension here, and that's going to pretty much be it. It's going to be a pretty simple marriage between the two.
Yeah. So. And as you can see, when he pushed that down, it looks like we're going to have 0 issues with clearance on the windshield. It's going to fit very nicely.
And it'll be at stock height with the dash.
Yeah. No new updates on any of this. We have not worked on drivetrain anymore since that last video or the video before where you saw us fired up. A lot of work going on back here. As you can imagine, and we still have a little bit of loosey-goosiness, but nothing like what it was. This back here was not attached before, but Michael has gotten in here and has been strengthening things up, cutting things loose, cleaning it up as he's working his way down.
And then had mega rust repair here. There was nothing here.
And, yeah, that was just Swiss cheese.
Replaced. This line all the way back to here, actually. Yeah. You can still see where we have some missing metal here, some Bluetooth metal. But the big, for me, the big triumph here was to figure out how to button up this rear structure. If anybody is a student of the LC platform from Chrysler, you know that they're very thick, and when you can, so the wheelbase is really close, but the thickness of this platform is really a problem because if you look here, especially at the towers. There is still like quarter panel way up here, like 5 inches up. And when we had to marry these two, that all had to be cut way down. The back of the seats, if we left the seats at stock height, the back of the seats are right here. They'd be touching the glass.
Yeah.
So
everything's got to come down.
Everything had to be cut down because the 6970 Charger is very just thin and svelte. I mean, as far as its profile.
Yeah.
And so anyway, all that had to be cut down. So all this that you see here was in the scrap pile. And so, but we kind of knew already we were going to try to reuse this. So when we cut it apart, we tried to do it somewhat strategically. Demolition is always messy, but everything that you see here as far as this part was about 6 inches back and about 6 inches up. So these taillights would be right here in the original car.
Yeah.
And so all that was cut loose, brought back,
and dropped down.
And dropped down. And so now welded up, and this is going to be our rear structure of the car.
Hey, let's put that piece back in.
Okay, yeah.
Piece here.
So we also decided that there's a lot of engineering work that went into this thing. This is the inside metal from the trunk lid on the Challenger, and all that was abbreviated. There's still some more abbreviating that needs to be done because it's too long. I left it too long, but this is where it's going to sit, and it's going to marry up to that very complex shape there and use the original seal, and then the tail light bar will go in there as well. And so this is, and then the trunk lid, of course, will be welded to that. And this is basically how we're going to finish out the rear of the build. The other thing that we had to do was build a water tray, because this is going to be abbreviated to about right here. When the water comes down off here, it's going to run down into this tray and exit.
And then shed out on the side.
Exit out the side. So you have this very significant gutter system right here that we created. And this part of it, was already here. and then it went way back to here. So that's been abbreviated. I curved those back. And again, we love to reuse. Not only is all this stuff reused from the car, but this is an old light fixture that we just, you know.
Is that the ballast cover? No, it's
no,
not the
no.
cover.
I actually,
okay,
I've got that sitting right there. You see, but
yeah.
But I needed a little extra length and a little extra strength. The ballast cover was a little thin,
a little flimsy.
But,
so right now, what we're about to start doing is we went and picked up a Vega hatch. And
yeah, so this is what's left of it.
yeah, this is what's left. Michael's been whittling away on it, trying to get it to fit in. Here, let me see if I can grab this.
No, I got it.
You sure?
Yeah, it's not that heavy actually. I cut away a lot of it.
I didn't think you were a girly man.
So this is what's left of it, and they're still going to be whittling a good bit more off of it. But and we happen to be lucky enough to find the ones that had the louvers in it already. I say that completely tongue in cheek because it's actually going to make some more work for us. But what I'm thinking we'll do is, I think just for the fun of it, I'm going to leave these louvers here, but take this middle louver section right here, cut it out, and that'll be where our gas filler will be. But leave these just so it's almost like, this is supposed to be sort of, again, as a, I'm not going to say that this is not a Joe Dirt Daytona, but it's going to be a little bit more along that ilk of us kind of embracing the imperfections of it. And so the Vega hatch being such a prolific way of turning a Charger into to a Daytona, I actually think we're just going to embrace the idea of leaving these louvers here and letting that be part of the shtick, if you will.
Yeah, right. Now you might be wondering, why on earth would they move their gas filler whenever they've got a hole right there? Well, the answer is
because we want to.
Well, and I love that answer. Now, we had a similar setup on Scrap Daytona, and we really liked it. We'd put the gas filler right about here, ish, somewhere. Yeah, right about there.
Mm-hmm.
And we really liked it. It looked really cool.
It looked cool. It pays homage to one of our old school tricks of using a Jeep Wrangler a fuel bezel.
Yeah.
And most of our builds, including the Transland over there, and the Horse Force. So, but also there's some structure here that's going to be kind of in our way. And so we're going to do what we did with Scrap Daytona and just put a block-off plate there on that, just old school raw race car style, and then have the fuel filler right in the middle. Awesome.
So right now, Michael, as I said, is whittling away on the Vega hatch. We've got a little bit of snugness up top that we need to whittle in.
Yeah, so maybe we should I'll just set it up there and let everybody see what we're dealing with here. So, interestingly enough, you think there'd be a lot of information on the internet about this, because it is the main way. It is the main way that that's the poor man's way of actually doing a Daytona conversion. The way we did it on the Scrap Daytona was we actually just ignored all the conventions of having real glass, and we actually just used polycarbonate. But this, we were like, let's go ahead and
seal this off.
Yeah. And so we thought, let's do it in steel. You might be tempted to get a fiberglass plug. I would caution you against that, because fiberglass and steel don't play so well together, and you'd always have cracking issues.
Yep.
So, the only three options actually, are buy an uber expensive Daytona plug, steel, which I've not priced one lately, but I would say that they're probably in the $2,000 range just for the steel. And then the glass is always going to be plastic anyway, because I don't think they make the glass anymore for those. Every now and then someone will make a run of them, and they're like $1,500 each for the glass, and Lee and I are allergic to $1,500 glass.
Ooh.
So anyway, and then the fabricate one, that was one. Fabricate one yourself from scratch, which we kind of have been there and done that, but then again, you still have the glass issue, or use a Vega. And we got this Vega hatch from a guy off of Marketplace, for $250 and never looked back. So anyway, as you can see here, I got a little issue right here. We're obviously too high here. It's this, so we're gonna have to figure this out. And then we're supposed to be closer up here, which means that I've still got some width in here that I need to take care of. So I'm actually toying around with the idea of perhaps even cutting the inside of this lip out entirely and leaving that flange, because I've already got some holes. You see the holes over there anyway?
Yeah.
I could cut that out entirely, but leave the flange and get this thing to nest on. It needs to come up about another, let me just get a measuring tape.
3.5.
Look, again, I did find a little bit of information online. That's interestingly enough, the old school forum posts, the dang photo bucket links are all corrupted. So you can't.
Right.
That's the one bad thing about. So yeah, right now, yeah, we're at 3 1/8. We really need to be about 2 inches. So we need to come about 1 1/8 higher.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to take care of some of this. Of course, this is going to be cut off anyway to here.
Right.
So here we go.
Yep.
But it's a really nice piece of glass, and it really fits it nicely. And so anyway, off we go.
And it'll be nice and sealed. I mean, that's what we want. We want to have a sealed up cabin because we're going to have air conditioning.
Yeah.
We don't want it getting rained in because we got a fairly nice interior.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do. Plus, this thing was so rusty back here in the back anyway.
Oh, it was such Swiss cheese.
So, I mean, this is a good fix for that. But anyway, a lot more whittling to do, it looks like. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on it.
All right. Problem here is this is a layer of high strength steel.
Yeah.
Which is very difficult to cut.
Plasma cutter.
There it is. Now all I got is that last little section there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tackle this now and I'll get that.
Take a look over here. Is this where you want that? It's separating, that lip's separating.
Yeah, that's okay.
Careful now, it gets
a little
bit of the edge there. But that's also got some Swiss cheese. Yeah. You want me to take that filler out?
Yeah, I'll just do that with that cutting wheel. All right, well, let's switch up.
All right, switching up. All right, so the trimming is making a huge difference, actually. We're sitting in better.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, that's good, right?
Yeah.
And then we're now going through and looking at what else we need to trim off. So obviously got to cut that. And then we're going to come right down through here.
And then this is going to have to be cut off really right looks like there. Probably right through here.
Yeah, right through there. And kind of the same thing over here. Looks like we might be shifted.
Yeah, we are definitely shifted that way.
So
that's part of that too, I guess.
Yeah. So we went a little far here, but you know we're already going to have to do a patch there.
Yeah. So. Honestly, we probably need to need a straight edge.
Yeah, we do need a straight edge. And I think we should probably get a little more square in the hole too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Before we do any more major trimming,
yeah.
Because that's part of the problem.
Yep.
But I just want to get a basic idea
of what
we're dealing with here. So that is our line. and it really continues. So there, that gives us a little bit of an idea. Give me some basic guideline there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to work on that.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this crap in here?
So,
get that out of there. That's filler where it's rusty.
Yeah. Right.
Which,
yay,
that actually might end up working into our favor.
Yeah.
Since we got issues over here anyway.
Right.
All right, well, let's get this back out of here.
While he's cutting there, I'm going to get in here and do some cleaning up. Hopefully get us a little more clearance. Without busting something loose. By the way, that right there, that is some strong stuff. Look how thick that is.
Mm-hmm.
It really adds some structural integrity to that lid, but boy, some weight too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the trunk lid for Trans Slam.
Yeah.
That thing was stupid heavy before
for a small, abbreviated trunk lid.
And we're not using the plasma cutter on this because we learned a lesson. I learned a lesson. I got in there, just started cutting away with the plasma cutter, irregardless, no concern at all for the outside of the edge there, the round the, as I was cutting the structure out, you know, I'm sending burn marks through to the top of the trunk lid. But of course, at the time, we were not going to do a shiny, nice paint job. I wasn't worried about such things.
Yeah.
And then, of course, once we had some mission creep and we decided to go shiny paint job, I was the shop idiot.
You were not the shop idiot. God.
Not with you, but with those guys over there. I was derided.
The shop idiot.
I had my dunce hat on.
Hey, I'm Lee. I'm going to get the plasma cutter.
Oh boy, we're going to use a plasma cutter today. Well,
hey, kids.
Not using that this time. All right. I guess while you're cutting that, I'll try to clean that up.
Actually, I'm going to make a liar of you. I'm going to use it real quick for this big cut.
Well, cutting this way, right?
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
I could have done that with this, but again, I was not worried about such things.
It's water under the bridge. Look at it. It's a beautiful car.
It is a beautiful car. It is. It is. All right. Back to work.
Yep. Well, there's your problem.
Yeah. All right, what's left on the rest of that?
I don't think there's much. All right, so there we go. I've got to cut this. I think I'll use the blade for that.
Yeah.
And then I think this thing will mostly come off. The only problem is this glue. I'll be able to bust it by twisting this a little bit. This side's busted loose already.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, see? Gotta be careful with that. See what I did there?
Yeah. Kink it.
All right. Just very glue.
Yeah, just get the blade out from here.
Yeah, but still I gotta bust it loose from there even after I cut it. Without warping. So look, we gotta pull this back a little bit. There we go. Look, see here, I got that.
Mm-hmm.
That side's loose. Just blade it off. These are my Bluetooth headphones. See the antenna?
Rocking out. And there was much rejoicing.
You don't bleed building a hot rod, you probably aren't doing anything.
Yep. Okie dokie. We've got a flimsy noodle here.
Mm-hmm.
See that nice shake?
Yep.
It does look to me like it's fitting a little bit better. What do you think?
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to just go ahead and say it's probably due to all of the cleaning up I did right through there.
Oh yeah.
It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
No, really, that's fitting down way better.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
And this is hitting right where it's supposed to here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
So just a hair that direction.
Yeah.
But
sweet, man. This is looking really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to check that? This line looks really good here.
Yeah.
I think that looks good.
Yeah.
Oh. That one does too.
Yeah, we can start sneaking up on it, I think.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. And then we'll make some little patch pieces, right? Well, you really won't have to have it on that one right there, will you? That one, maybe. What on earth is that about? And then one right down in there. Definitely have to have one there.
Oh yeah.
The rest of it looks really good. Is that a hole? Yeah, there's a small hole right here.
We got holes. We got all kinds of little holes.
Yeah. All right. So next step, sneaky sneak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
All right.
And then filler strip.
I'm just gonna leave it in place. I'm just gonna leave it in place and do it right in the car.
Hey, so by the way, this has been on there for like 4 months now. I think, maybe more.
We were going through these things like Sherman through Georgia, and the old composite style.
Yeah, right.
And we bought one of these. And it was about $20, but I'm a huge believer in these.
Linux, right?
Hmm?
Was it a Linux?
Just get a diamond one.
Yeah.
It's all gone, whatever it used to be.
Yeah.
Now, on the negative side, it will bite your finger faster than the other kind will.
No, they're both bad though.
They're both, but this has a little edges.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
They're both bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like either one. I'd like just to avoid that.
Yeah.
I hate the composite blade. I have never been bit by one of those, but the composite blade, it's like instantaneous. It's like it puts your skin under tension. It just, whoop. Ouch. Whoop. It's a bad word maker. Yeah. And how about some hearing protection? Sound like a good idea?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, see what you did there. Sound like.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite witty. Oh, so bad.
Let's see what we got. We'll pick up on your side a little bit. There we go. Oh! Too high.
Yeah.
That's about right. Okay, so we're still. Maybe you're a hair low. Yeah, go. Take the heel of your hand and bop it that way. Yeah. There you go. That's it. That's it. Dang it.
Man, yeah. This is looking good.
We're sneaking up on it.
Look at that, man. It's nice.
It's gonna work.
Not bad at all.
Going to work.
And then we want to terminate it here.
Yeah, like right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight across.
Yeah, so those louvers.
Looks like they're going to survive the purge here.
We can, yeah. What?
What you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Man, that's what a great plug.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Still got a bit of an edge here we're going to have to deal with.
You think we might be able to dolly it a little bit?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or just take the body hammer, and knock it in a little bit. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
All right, let's actually do that real quick. Where's that body hammer at? What do I do with it? There it is.
You know what we should do? Just I had an epiphany. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We need to put like a GoPro on your knees or something, shining down at your feet, and that way we can watch the damage, the carnage as it occurs.
Or no, how about the ballet of walking around all the stuff and not getting cut? That's a better. I like that story.
You like that one better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in the world? Whose side are you on here?
Hey, you know, I'm on the side of content.
Oh, look at this. Why didn't we think of this? You're a genius. Gump, you must be a genius.
How we feel?
It's surely helped.
Hang on. Oh, it's hard to do.
I know. All right. Oh, yeah. That did the trick.
Awesome.
Okay, so now we're seeing more about where I got to still sneak up on it some more. So,
man, maybe we should make some marks, right? Where this needs to be in relation to this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just firm that up, know where we got to be, and then we can be there consistently. Because right now we're still kind of guessing, right? I know that side's further down in the socket than that side. We're higher up, so I might need to pick up.
Hold on. Boy, that totally did the trick on that. You know what? We could do that over there too. Might give us a little bit more room over there too.
Do what now? I'm sorry.
Just hammer that sail panel a little bit.
Oh yeah, bring it in a little bit.
But you know what though? This, it's just about 2 inches at the crown. So, and we're at 2 1/4, so we're still a little low. So let's hammer on that side too.
All right.
Hold on, that's the problem down there. There we go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That made a difference right there. Yeah. Your side's a little low. Pull your side up just a hair. Take the heel of your hand and just knock it. There we go.
Now,
oh, careful.
Now, 2 1/8.
Hold on. We're definitely low on this side.
Yeah, some specialized equipment in here.
What is it now?
2 1/8.
I definitely saw it move.
Oh, it pops up and then pops right back down.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we're 2 1/4 now.
Well, look, this has got to be trimmed. Okay, hold on. Let's. You know what we need to do? We need to have this on top. There we go. There it goes.
Huh. Something. Okay, about 2 1/16. Yeah, firmly 2 1/16. So that's good. We're headed the right direction.
Now let's get our marker, and then we'll have some guidelines to keep on coming back to. Here it is.
Another thing you can do is make a mark off the up here.
Yeah.
From the body to the.
Yeah. Another thing we can do is to double check ourselves. See how straight my cut was there. Because that's an arbitrary cut I made anyway, but almost 17 and a half. 17 7/16. Okay, a little lower over there. A little lower over there. I can see it actually too. I can see we're lower. That makes sense because we're, I don't know.
All right. Well, I took a couple of weeks off, and Michael's been in here just working away. Either that or little elves have been coming in doing some work at night. And the Vega plug, I think basically it's there. It's installed, and you can see that here.
Yeah, so the glass is just sitting there for right now just to see how it fits. We'll pull that back out, and we got to do some cleanup around the flange. But I'm really pleased with how all this turned out. I dialed in extra crown on all this right here, so it has a nice, and I dialed in crown on the trunk lid as well. Has a nice transition. When you trim these Vega plugs, this is something that's good for anybody who's going to do this to see. You basically cut everything away right to the flange, all the way up through here. So this is Vega plug, this is charger. This is Vega plug, this is charger. So all you end up right here with a little thin flange, and then this piece, and then this piece up here. And then you're going to have about a 2-inch plug that you got to fill in. I still haven't done that yet. That'll be the last thing that we need to do. And that's about a 2-inch gap right there. But as you can see, the transition is really nice. And so a lot of Vega plugs are like this with the louvers, and then a lot of them have smooth. Well, we really weren't afraid of these louvers because I kind of dig them. So I left the louvers there and also cut the middle section out for the center gas cap. And the center gas cap, the center fill, it's a little bit of homage to the Daytona, but also it's just a convenient. That way you can just wherever you pull in. And this is again one of our signature things is to use a Jeep fuel bezels. This is a I'm going to get this wrong probably. This is a TJ bezel maybe.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Or YJ. I can't remember which one, but we usually use a round bezel. But I had one of these left over, and the square bezel really worked out well to fill up this area where the louvers were. And it's got a little bit of offset, which worked out perfectly because it kicks out that way underneath there to go to the tank. So anyway.
So let's show them how this is going to work.
Okay, yeah. So you're like, oh, there's louvers there. It's going to drain right into your trunk. No. We already had a situation with the, I'm going to manually release this.
Okay, so notice right here we've got the Challenger trunk deck lid or inner structure here mounted to the Charger deck lid,
right?
Which is super sweet.
And we know that this deck lid is junk, but that's okay. We kind of dig it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut away, but I'm just going to patch, and it's going to kind of give more credence to the original parts that we're using and how bad they were. The other thing that we had is because there was crown involved here, we really usually like to do the little tabs like the NASCAR style. You can't do that with this because if you did that, then when it opened, it would interfere right here. This area right here would hit right here.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I'm going to have to engineer these
hinges.
So these are the trunk hinges that were already there for the Challenger, and we just repurposed them. And as you can see, they work great. They pull it right away. They pop up just like they should. And the only question is, how tall is that spoiler? And I think that spoiler is about up to here. So I think we're going to be okay with that.
Memory serves, that's about right.
Yeah, I think we're okay there. I don't have it yet. Janek is getting those parts together for us. They are the best of the best when it comes to the wing car reproduction parts. Yeah. So we're getting our wing from them and the nose from them, and those parts have not gotten here yet.
Yeah.
But as you can see here, this whole area, I'm just gonna, maybe we should go ahead and just plug these in. I don't know. See how this all goes together here. So one of the main reasons for reusing all this this Challenger stuff was that I wanted to use this big light bar because it looks really sweet the way it's all going to be channeled underneath there. And let me get this up there. So let me get this other one right here.
Yeah, put that one on because it's hard to do that and
right, and film at the same time. There it is. So the other thing, man, you really can't even see this anymore. But if you look up in here, actually you can see it right here.
Oh yeah, you can actually see it over here on the side better.
There. Yeah, so we built a drain pan to go up underneath, and all the water that comes to those louvers is going to dump right into this trunk channel, and this trunk channel is going to drain right out, just like it did in the factory Challenger, only it's shorter now. That trunk lid was about 5 or 6 inches deeper on the Challenger than it is on here. But if you're a student of these Daytonas, you know that already the Charger trunk lid you had to abbreviate anyway. So
yeah,
we're really right there in the same dimensions as the Charger trunk lid. The only difference is all this Challenger structure. And again, I think we talked about this last time, but this whole assembly here was about 6.5 inches further back and about 5 inches higher. So that these taillights were set right about here on the Challenger. So all this has been moved back and moved down.
And that's one of the reasons why people are taking the new ones and making them look old. Doesn't work out so well.
No, because they're way too thick. Like, so yeah. If you ever seen some of these cars, I mean, somebody spent cubic dollars doing some kind of carbon fiber. We saw it at one of the shows where they took the Charger roof and they put it on the Challenger, and it just looks dumb because it's about 6 inches too thick. I mean, when you're working with something like this, you've got to respect the original design. And if you had 6 inches of thickness to something, it's going to look like it got stung by a bee. Yeah, and that's what a lot of these.
The proportions are all wrong.
Right. So, but the other cool thing about this is we use the original latch. It'll have the release will work the same, and it just works. And there's still a lot of finish welding to do here, and a lot of work to
some small adjustments on the fitment.
Yeah, but really pleased with the way this turned out. Now, this part right here, of course, it goes right in the middle. And one thing about this, you know what? I'm going to need to clip that end off. Let me just do that real quick while we're talking here. All right.
Now, kids, don't go do this at home. He actually does have safety glasses, but they're just holding his hair back.
This is just a little bit wide the way it was done. All right. Now this should pop right in there now. Let's see if I'm right.
I love the precision measurement there.
It'll all come out in the wash. All right. You know what? You know, if I do this, I'm not gonna be able to open the trunk.
Right.
Well, I would like to see it though.
Well,
you know what we ought to do? Just grab a piece of wire so we can open the trunk.
I like that.
Yeah. And I got to do a whole panel here to come from this flange out to this flange. So I got to fabricate all that. And this will all be tunneled back in here. And it's going to look so sweet when that's tunneled back in there like that. Let's see here. Trunk release. All right. Now, piece of wire. Let's see here.
I've got the lid.
Okay. All right. Pull that back down. That goes up. So, I guess I'll just go right out the top. Well, I could just use, well, let's use that.
Or you could thread it through the plastic handle there.
Yeah.
There's a gap on either side of it, right?
Is there? Just afraid it'll pop off.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay. So, there's that. And then push that back up through there. This is not how we're going to do it eventually, but this is how we'll do it right now. All right, there we go. All right. There we go. Now, while you're holding that, we'll try to pop this thing in here. This thing fits like a glove. All the way snapped in here. I got it. Okay, there's that one. There it goes. Let's just do this. All right, I've not done this yet, so this is going to be the first time we've seen this. The first for both of us. Okay. All right. We'll see how she closes now. Make sure there's nothing in the way. Oh, let's see. I've still got to trim some more of that. Okay. That one's okay. All right, let me trim this one more time. I will use them this time.
Oh, wow, look at that.
All right.
A little bit hung up on the side there.
Okay. All right. All right, well. Uh-oh, catching right there. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is space those taillights out just a little bit more. Just a little tight.
Yeah.
But
out just a smidge and down a little bit.
Yeah. I think what's going on is these, yeah, they're going to have to come down just a little bit and out just a little bit.
This one looks fine on the out. There's There's a decent amount of space there. It's
Yeah.
just over there, it's a little bit snug. So what we're going to do to adjust these tail lights to where they're in line with the light bar is to just move these holes a little bit, wallow them out, so we have the adjustment that we need. So we need to go out and down just a little bit.
Well, out this way, actually. We'll need to space them out away from the metal. Probably more like about like this, actually.
Yeah. But it also looked to me like it needed to come down a little bit, like the.
Oh no, down and out that way, not that way. Yeah.
Well, it was snug on this side, not on that side.
Yeah.
I think just a little bit of clearance over here for this
Okay.
would be in order.
So let me
Not much.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I agree. It also needs to be spaced out
All right, let's see here.
toward the back.
All right. So let's see if we can close it without any. We'll probably just need to adjust this up just a hair. No, I need a 10mm. There it is. Let's see here. Let me grab a 10mm.
That's a good idea. Get the light bar set
Yeah.
before we start moving the tail light holes. I like it. While we're looking at everything, we notice that this right here, this part that comes way down, is interfering when it shuts. So what we're going to do, these little pads right here, it's where it's making contact, we're going to take that out.
Here it goes. It's latched. That did the trick.
All right. Yeah, look. Clearance for days now. So you adjusted that latch point up, right?
I did, but we can't go really any further than we are because the height of the trunk lid is, you know,
Right.
the alignment there. This one right here, it's just spacing it out, it looks like. And that'll be easy with just some spacers.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, the fitment was really good on that one. It was this other one where I felt like it was a little snug against the bar here.
Yeah. I don't know, actually, it's okay. It just needs, it just needs to be spaced out.
Cool. That's really good then.
Not bad.
Then
Not
we
bad
don't
at
have to
all.
wallow out any holes.
And I mean, yeah, we're just gonna have to. It's just not gonna fit as tight as I wanted it to. Of course, that's gonna go in just a little bit there. Yeah. All right, now back up and take a look at it. That is gonna look sweet. All tunneled up underneath there.
Yeah, man.
Now we have to decide, are we going to let the width of this be where it is now and just taper it back, or are we going to let it be wider? I think we should go wider. I think when we do the wide body, we should just let the wide body come all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig that.
And so Then what I have to decide is, do we want to just have those like they are, or go ahead and just cut those off and let it.
You're speaking about things like those. That's very vague to the viewer.
Those ears sticking down on either side.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards just cutting those ears off, and when I do the wide body, just when we do that, we just and chamfer the inner structure back to it.
Okay. Now, you know, we could do something kind of like what we did back here.
Yeah. Well, what that does is that left the ears, and we did the other ears as well with a gap.
Yeah.
But the fact that that ear there is almost completely rotted away.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
It is a different situation for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super impressed with the amount of work that he got done. I go away for a little bit, and he's just like a work animal, machine, you know, busting his rear end in here. And it's hot, by the way.
It's really hot.
It's very hot. It's July in Alabama. It's brutal.
Yeah,
so,
and I usually keep this fan going, but right now we got it off just because it's so loud.
It's very loud, but it does the job. We've got that fan
helps.
going. Thankfully, with the mics, you really can't hear it.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, super stoked about what all has been done. This looks amazing, man. I'm very happy. Now the big question is, are we going to reach the gold standard?
What's that?
Oh, you know what the gold standard is.
No, what is it?
Every car review, like from I don't know when to now, can you put a set of golf clubs in? What do you think?
I think we could, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think we've got a nice trunk space right here. That's going to be really cool. Oh man, look at that. That is so awesome. Yep.
Yeah, that'll take 2 bags of golf clubs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Very, very cool. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it. Get an opportunity, like and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks, guys.